Hey guys, I'm Meteorologist Chris Tomer. Let's talk some mountain weather. We have a storm coming in off the Pacific into California first, and then it will move that moisture into the interior. Here's a live view. Palisades, Tahoe this morning. Top of the Far East Express. Obviously, there's no storm yet. I'm just struck by, if you're familiar with this, how much bare ground there is. The temperatures are just warming up so much in between these storms, and there is a minor brief contribution from the atmospheric river with this storm coming in, which means the snow levels are going to start high at about 9,000, and I think they'll fall quickly to 6,000. But because of that high snow level, that's inevitably going to cut down on snow accumulation numbers. But that's the view right now. Here's the storm on radar satellite coming in, and you can see it. It is a broad area of cloud cover extending with that spin all the way up into the Gulf of Alaska. But that's the way it looks right now with that storm coming in. Let's look at the future version of this, the future radar satellite. Here it comes. Again, high snow levels eventually dropping through the Sierra. You've got snow up around the high volcanoes of the Pacific Northwest, all the way up into Whistler, Blackcomb, the high alpine up there. So in time, as this low moves in, it will push the moisture into the interior parts of the west. So that's Tuesday at 5 p.m. Notice some snow moving into Colorado, some snow over the Wasatch, the Tetons, and in Colorado, most of the snow is going to be through the central to northern mountains. A glancing blow, I think, for the southern mountains. So that's Wednesday at 5. Notice things have dried up through the Sierra. Okay, so after that low moves away, this is the transition point. You'll notice some blue left over in Colorado and some blue left over the Tetons and western Montana. This is a northwest flow that's going to be developing, and what's going to happen is the flow will energize. Look at what it's doing. It's pulling moisture in off the Pacific. This will be bonus snow for the interior, for parts of Idaho, for the Tetons and the central to northern mountains of Colorado. This will last into Thursday for these areas, giving some bonus amounts of snow and accumulation, maybe brushing the Wasatch. But at this point, if it does, it's going to be very minor. And look at it, that moisture extending all the way back into the Pacific Northwest, where snow levels will come way back up again. You can tell by how much green there is. But that moisture feed will extend all the way back up into the Pacific Northwest. So even at Friday at 5, we may still have some leftover snow showers over the central to northern mountains of Colorado. I talked about this in my Monday morning roundup on my blog, christomer.com. If you haven't signed up for that, I try to put these out each day and kind of looking at the macro view and then kind of going to the micro from that point. I always put some interesting topics on there. We look at some radar satellites, the IVT, and here's my forecast accumulations. I broke it down into two categories, basically today and tomorrow, and then the 9th through the 11th. And you can kind of see what I'm thinking. Kirkwood, Mammoth, 6 to 10, maybe a 12-inch amount if the snow level comes down quick enough. That's what we're fighting at this point, is the timing of the rain-snow line. Alta, 10 inches roughly on the way. Jackson Hole, 5 initially, and maybe another 7 with that northwest flow that sets up. Park City, roughly 9 on the way. Steamboat gets about 10. That's including the main storm and some of the northwest flow after it. Vail gets about 5. Maybe I'm a little low, but that's what I'm thinking. Loveland gets 6. Berthoud Pass, 6. We'll see. Maybe there's a little bit more on the backside late in the period if the northwest flow is healthy enough. Whistler, Blackcomb, 10 up front, another 6 on the backside. Obviously for the rest of the week, there's still additional moisture coming in. And Revelstoke, 2 inches initially, another 1 inch. And there's more beyond that. I just didn't have another column for it, but another inch after that. So that's what I'm thinking. Always appreciate you tuning in here. We'll do another update tomorrow. Take care.